some people did something.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. The Rolling Stones famously saying, you can't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you deserve. And Minneapolis is getting what it deserves right now because Minneapolis voted to be a crime-ridden, leftist-controlled communist hellhole with zero trust in their society. Minneapolis, of course, giving us one of the greatest TV clips of all time, the mostly peaceful protest clip.
I want to be clear in how I characterize this. This is mostly a protest. It is not, generally speaking, unruly. But fires have been started, and there's a crowd that.
Oh, okay. Well, then what's your definition of unruly, you total knob? Yeah, all right. Well, this is your definition of unruly, actually. Seen here is the bloodied face of one of the Democrat Party leaders in the Minneapolis area. Somebody whose name is Shivanthi Shasmadian. That's my best attempt at this name. I do not know how to pronounce it, so I'm going to say SS, since those are her initials. SS posted in June 5th of 2020, dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department. Say it with me. We are going to dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department. Say it with me. Amplify this message. Learn from our black siblings. This is what SS looks like today. Remember when SS began screaming to dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department? Carjacking was so rare in Minneapolis that it wasn't even tracked. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Let's go ahead and look here. DFL, this is the Socialist Democrat Party of Minnesota, vice chair, says she was violently carjacked, calls for tougher juvenile penalties. Oh, amazing. Really fascinating. They protest and scream and ridicule and villainize the police until they need the police, and then they go, where are the police? It's always the same story. Again and again and again. One of the vice chairs of the Minnesota Democrat Party says that she was violently carjacked in front of her children in the driveway of her Minneapolis home Tuesday. 4 very young men, all carrying guns, beat me violently down to the ground in front of our kids. The young men held up our neighbors at gunpoint. They ran over and tried to help me, all in broad daylight, says SS on a Facebook post, which included a picture of her face after the assault. Look at my face in the picture. This is the face of a mother who had just had the S beaten out of her, a mother who only thought was, let me run far enough and fight hard enough so that my kids get a chance to get away. The face of a mother who just listened to her 4-year-old daughter screaming nonstop at her 7-year-old son wailing for somebody to come help because bad guys are murdering his mama in the backyard, neighbors screaming in outrage, all while being beaten with guns and sticks and fists. These men knew what they were doing. I have no doubt they have done this before, yet they are still on our streets, killing mothers, giving babies psychological trauma of a lifetime. No remorse. Let's go ahead and check out that Facebook post. Here it is. And there is the photo. Well, fascinatingly, this person has literally been calling on that same Facebook post for the total dismantling of the Minneapolis Police Department. This is what she's calling for. It's time to build a new infrastructure that works for all communities. If you're still disagreeing with this basic fact, I'm not sure what to say to you. Well, what does your face look like now? I want to take and stop and pause for a moment and state very definitively that I am not in favor of any violence ever, political or otherwise, of course, and that I disavow all of it, okay? Regardless of your grievance or your perceived grievance, you are never entitled to violence. However, I am 100% in favor of people getting what they vote for. If you vote for the defunding of your police, and if you advocate for the total and complete dismantling of your police department, then hear from the Minneapolis government themselves, expect your crime to skyrocket. Look at these little blue arrows. These are the up changes in assault offenses. destruction, damage, and vandalism of property. Motor vehicle theft has seen an increase year over year of 89%. She was carjacked, by the way, SS. An increase of 89% for the 3-year average. Up 89%. Why could that be? Sex offenses are up. Stolen property offenses are up. Minneapolis is controlled completely and totally by progressives and by Democrats, and they are destroying everything that they touch, just like they do everywhere else in the nation. Do not allow them to take control of your city, or it will happen to you. She was beaten up by carjackers in front of her kids. We feel really bad for her. Okay? We don't want this to happen. I want to make this very clear. I don't want this to happen to anyone. However, again, if you demanded this policy, then you have no right to complain when your city becomes a lawless shithole. Defund the police Marxist gets what she advocated for, says Cernovich. Sowing, reaping, says Julio Rojas. Thank you, Minneapolis school board members. This is another post apparently from her Facebook for getting this done exactly how it should be. Minneapolis public schools terminate contract with the police department. So she's thanking them for terminating their contract, the police department. Here's another post. Let my building burn. Justice needs to be served. Put those officers in jail. Okay. Well, she says let it burn, and now that's what she's getting. First, they dismantle the police, then they beg for something to be done. No different than Eric Adams' sanctuary city nonsense. Liberals are a plague on society. Yep. Yes. Well, yes, actually. No, I mean, what else do you want me to say? Me. My background is thus. I had to flee Washington, D.C. because they defunded their police in Washington, D.C. My block, which was relatively safe and peaceful, became a literal hellhole. They burned the house down that was adjoining mine because we lived in row houses. You've seen row houses. They all share walls. They set arson to the home that had my infant daughter in it as black smoke billowed into her room, and she had to be saved by the fire department, which broke into my home, and the police department. My family barely survived these similar conditions. So yeah, I'm a little pissed. I get pissed off at this kind of stuff. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, they asked for this. Pure act of righteousness. A revolutionary moment when they burned down the police precinct in Minneapolis. Yep. That's what they were saying. That's what SS's party was saying here. Ilhan Omar, of course, is the representative from this godforsaken hellhole, which has zero societal trust in it. Why? Well, in part because they've brought in tens of thousands of Somali migrants into this singular community instead of spreading them out around the country in order to have some type of integration, assimilation. The people who were rescued from a horrible Somali civil war, just like Ilhan Omar, she is one of them, were put all in a singular community, and then that's going to change that community forever. Ilhan Omar knows what's up, though. She's the one who called for the dismantling of the police, and she has private bodyguards. She spends a fortune on private security following her calls to defund the police. Same thing happened for leftists like at CNN, who were robbed as soon as they got to San Francisco. CNN loves San Francisco. They love San Francisco's policies. And then here, the CNN reporter that was going to go tell stories in San Francisco had their cars smashed in, the windows smashed in, their CNN camera stolen the second they landed. Got robbed again, she tweeted. We had security to watch our rental car. Thieves did this in under 4 seconds. This is ridiculous. Oh, I'm so sad. Nope. I actually have no pity for you. I have none. I have none. I can say with a blanket statement, again, not in favor of violence, but I can say that when you agitate and advocate for the policies that you are now suffering under, and you can't make the mental connection that your policies cause it, that these are the results of your own actions, well, then I don't know, man. I don't know what else to say other than you deserve what's coming to you. I don't know what else to say. What? Just like Mayor Adams in New York City. He's upset right now because there's too many criminal migrants, but he tweeted day and night about how New York was a sanctuary city. Well, okay. You're a victim of your own policies. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to rub the dog's nose in it. Sometimes you need to soak in your own stew. And that's what's happening here. Consequences of your own actions. Tough luck. Be smarter next time. And move out of Minneapolis if you get the chance. It's an awful war zone. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe to end communism like the one in Minneapolis. See ya.